Hi, I am Dr. Shabana Umar Siddiqui, and I am excited to announce that now I am going to start a new video session of obstetric ultrasound, in which there will be 3 videos. First video will be on a brief discussion about embryology up to 8 weeks of gestation. And in second video, we'll talk about the complete obstetric ultrasound in detail along with fetal anatomy. And in third video, we'll talk about fetal anomaly scan. Let's talk about the embryology first. What is embryology? Embryology is a study of development of an organism from fertilization to birth. There are many stages of human development, and they include gametogenesis, then fertilization, and then cleavage and blastocyst formation, then implantation, gastrulation, neurulation, and organogenesis. What is gametogenesis? Gametogenesis is spermatogenesis in males and oogenesis in females. Fertilization. Fertilization occurs in ampulla of fallopian tube, in which there is a fusion of sperm and egg to form a zygote. As we know, eggs and sperms are haploid, so they have 23 chromosomes. After fusion, they become diploid with 46 chromosomes. Both the male and female pronuclei have 23 chromosomes. They duplicate and then they arrange themselves on the metaphase plate, and then they undergo a process of mitosis. And this specialized mitosis, in which the daughter cells are almost the half the size of the parent cells, it is called cleavage. Their growth is limited by the presence of zona pellucida layer, and then these cells also undergo the process of cleavage and a 4-cell stage is formed. Initially, the zygote is surrounded by the zona pellucida as well as corona radiata. But at 2-cell or 4-cell stage, corona radiata is dissolved. These cells are also called blastomeres. They are tightly packed, they develop intercellular connection, and this process is called compaction. At about 16-cell stage, this beautiful early embryo, it resembles this mulberry fruit. So this stage is called Morula. The early embryo is now ready to implant. It is welcomed inside the uterine cavity by this nutritious uterine milk. The cells that are present at the periphery, they have a specialized sodium channel that allow the influx of sodium, and the water follows the sodium, and it results in the formation of a cavity inside the cells. And zona pellucida disintegrates, and now these cells, they proliferate and arrange themselves in a specialized fashion by forming this cavity that we call the blastocoel. the inner cell mass that we call embryoblast and the peripheral cell or outer cell mass, we call them trophoblast. And this pole of the embryo that is having the inner cell mass is called embryonic pole, and the opposite is called edembryonic pole. And the early embryo at this stage is called blastocyst. Now this blastocyst is ready for implantation, and the cells that are close to endometrium, they arrange themselves in a specialized way that this loses the cell membrane and they form a syncytium, and now it is called syncytiotrophoblast, and this outer layer is called cytotrophoblast. And now the syncytiotrophoblast, they invaginate and results in early implantation. Now this happy endometrium, it will send a happy message in the form of beta-HCG to the corpus luteum, so that corpus luteum proliferates and it becomes corpus luteum graviditatus, and it secretes a lot of progesterone in order to prevent the shedding of endometrium. This early embryo also secretes the early pregnancy factor that can be detected as early as 36 to 48 hours. Actually, at about 4-cell stage, this early embryo also stimulates the ovary that produces the early pregnancy factor, but later on, the embryo produces its own factor. Both early pregnancy factor and HCG, they are immunosuppressive and they prevent the rejection of the embryo. The inner cell mass undergoes multiple changes, forming 3 germ layers. These include ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Ectoderm forms nervous system and skin, while mesoderm forms muscle, skeleton, kidneys, reproductive system, and cardiovascular system. Endoderm forms endocrine glands, lungs, digestive tract, and liver.